Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the November Poetry Slam here at Studio Central. Everybody give me a round of snaps for everyone showing up today. We're going to start off with our usual writer, Rob St. Germain.
Okay, I have 2 poems to share. This first one is called Wild Dogs. Wild Dogs. Wild dogs roam the street. They search for something to eat. They have no humans to love them and roof over their heads. However, they have each other's company. They may fight over territory, but they're still kindred spirits. The winter chill can take their lives, so somehow they may manage to get by. Every year is a battle to survive, though in each war they're still alive. Be careful not to come too close, for they have wild instincts, and they may feel threatened. You should just leave them alone, so let's reach out the place that they call home. This one is called Caught in the Rain. I'm caught in the rain and I can't find a place to get dry. I wonder what all went wrong and why. The wind cuts deep into my skin and nothing good can ever begin. I backtrack into yesterday, and the voices within are here to play. They play little games with my heart, hopes that they will decide to part. Unopened grave begs me to lie, reality will make me cry. The 4 horsemen are drawing near, the boogeyman is spreading fear. I'm with the dark woods without a clue, is there hope for me and you? An old ghost whispers in my ear, and now it's time to shed a tear. A haunted house is where I live. Inside there's nothing left to give. Here I am, trying to find in this labyrinth, trying to find my way out. The truth is here, this sure spread much doubt. That's my best effort.
Well, thank you, Rob, for that. That's good always to hear from you. Now, the lovely, the talented, the wonderful Cassandra Coulee is up next.
Okay, I'm Cassandra, and I've got some poems. This is one I wrote for Halloween. It's called Cemetery. Entering the hush of the cemetery, I am nervous and I am weary. I wonder why I thought this was necessary. The ghostly parallels from tomb to tomb, looking up at a full moon, wondering if these spirits will show themselves soon, waiting patiently for them to cross the veil, separating life from death. Do I see a vague outline, or is it all in my head? An echo through time and space appears to be a spectral face, telling me to be on my way. Against my better judgment, I decide to stay. Faint music seems to fill the air, coming from I don't know where. These elegant beings of shadow and mystery are still here, although their lives belong to history. The trace elements of humanity. Another Halloween night spent doing something frightening, just for the thrill of encountering something inexplicable. Despite many theories, maybe even exonerating some poor lost soul from boredom and suffering for an eternity. This limbo state can't be that great. Could I save someone from the repetition, the helplessness and derision, from fear of perdition, just by making contact, even if it only lasts a few minutes? I have come to the dead, they did not come to me. So it's my own fault, what I sense and what I see. But for now, it's time to leave. All right, this one is called Karma. Karma is the litmus test of the state of the soul, and yet is impossible to know. Why we suffer is an open question, and we don't receive any suggestion. The universe works without our understanding or permission, an elegant system that both defies and embraces our identity as an individual. On one hand, karma is personal. Our past moral choices belong to us alone, and karma holds us responsible. On the other hand, karma processes justice and spiritual growth for the entire planet. Karma is impossible to escape. That is its nature, and it drastically affects our future, causing each of us to reflect on our wrongs and perhaps to make amends where we can. Karma helps us to relate to those we have victimized or ignored. We may have chances to redeem ourselves, but such chances are a double-edged sword. If we continue to be careless or cruel, we may attract all kinds of misfortune, and that may fuel our vengeful tendencies. Karma allows us to grow more benevolent from life to life, or even from stage of life to stage of life, to seek what is good, to hope for what is right, and gives us balance and inner peace, ensuring no moral intention goes to waste. Karma is our deliverance from random meaninglessness. Thank you. And this one is called Nightmare. Waking up from a nightmare, I wish you could be there to comfort me with a sense of normalcy as I shake off the cobwebs of sleep and overcome the feeling of drowning in the deep rivers of consciousness when I only wanted to get some rest. It's like some predator is using my own mind against me, and even awake I can't get free. When I close my eyes, I'm afraid of what I'll see. My imagination playing tricks on me. I drift and dream, mostly of good things, but sometimes the nightmare will sneak up on me, and I can't quite find my way back to reality. I feel down, I feel scared, depression drifts like snow, and I feel unprepared. What can I do without you to take my mind off all that is dangerous and bleak, to dispel the fear that makes me weak? Bad dreams take us to places we don't want to go, and how to respond to them is something no one knows. They are just a part of life, something that can subtly haunt us or cut to the quick like a knife. I want to break free of this nightmare's hold on me. I want to find comfort in honesty. If I tell you what I have dreamed, maybe you can help me see the bright side of life again. Even when I feel so beset with doubt and shame, you can help me not to be afraid. Thank you.
Wow, Cassandra, that was wonderful. From Halloween to karma to dreams. Wow, took us on a journey. Anyway, our next writer is the old, the wise, the Henry.
Hello, I've got two poems I'd like to share. The first one's called Wings. I heard you were flying around, throwing killers at everyone. Moving to sound, you must be on the run. I've seen you swallowed by the dark. I wonder who noticed your mark. I thought it was cool when we flew to the seas. We broke the golden rule and burnt a couple of bees. Since I've lost my wings, I miss the wind and sky. I have forgiven your sins. Your life is but a sigh. I wish you to come home soon. Just a thought of mine, to see you in my room, my dear pet fly. And second and last one here, soulmates. I need no water or sunlight, love, only your power, my faraway dove. It's your power that gives me life, for I am the flower, you are the dove. I await your presence, cold, alone in the dark, without any hope, but a weak, broken heart. So if ever you be lonely upon a misty night, just pick me and hold me, I await your touch. But if ever there be a tear within your soft eye, my stem shall grow weak, I will surely die. For I am the flower, living only to love, awaiting for only my faraway dove.
Good stuff there, Henry. I guess you wrote that quite some time ago when you were a young man.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. It's got to be 40 years old. Our next writer is James Adamson. Thank you.
I don't see Henry as old.
Thanks, James. Loving you.
So I have 3 poems today. This one's called Butterflies. And all my poems are the glory of God and to go on with love.
Amen.
When an egg tries to hold the future, it seems to fail. Either a meal or some kind of vanity. What if a butterfly was released instead of a bird? Ideas fluttering into the air with seeds on the breeze. Maybe finding a great journey beyond the tree's height. Like pages from a happy and joyous book. Life to dazzle the imagination. Full of color. A plump strawberry. Way beyond mere color and imagination. A journey of true magnificence and adventure. Seemingly way too delicate to yet full of power. Children yielding their emotions and even getting adults to allow the sensation of a miracle. They all seem to qualify as royalty, while the monarch is a household word. We seem to play a delicate tune. Each note is noticed and cherished. The cornucopia of life is guarded. Evil sees them as if they slice through the air, yet they dance into the heart of every child. Our preservation efforts are the embodiment of their respect. They fill all mankind with holidays. They seem to come out of nowhere like a true gift. The moment you give up on their arrival, they fill the horizon. The chance page to a book you are reading, and suddenly you understand. How it traveled to you on the breeze is a mystery as much as a single gust. They are like cats. They will land on you like you're blessed and even remain for a while. Suddenly the same with a moment with a cat who knows what you did right, like winning at a card game. Hopefully you can receive it with grace and honor. They are like exposure itself. We need to let go of how we looked. The birth of a sense of humor, the birth of dreams, like a butterfly made of points of life and points of light. As your dream life grows, you hope to return to such essence. How much time do they spend alone? So few species congregate, but jewels don't need numbers for us to truly see them either. The life of an insect is divided into distinct sections. Within there are sections. They understand transformation. It makes ideas of evolution shift because of all there can be to hold on to. To become fully homogeneous and then fly. To be dedicated to a leaf and to be reborn. Hopefully gluttonous and then full of activity. The chrysalis is like how a crystal truly is. Wings as a biggest part of their weight and life. Drinking nectar of the gods, their very existence a celebration of life. Maybe spring is made of them. The leaves rise from the ground. All growth is their flight. They seem to laugh at the irony of their sleep. Do they imagine us watching them fly away? Is that one of their many pleasures? No ego can get in the way. Perhaps such is their courage, such a fragile and great power. Please don't cry if they didn't arrive today, at least partly because your heart is now beating, inasmuch as tomorrow will arrive. As we lose everything, there is still heaven, and children's pictures of extreme beauty. Well, God will always know you. If everything set into place ultimately changes once or twice in the process, and something had to change, God will always know your sacrifice, and your heart will always flutter, and your stomach will always know passion. Here it comes now, even in your soul. And this one's called Sound. Technology set loose, beauty reassured, trees crying out, the plains echo, life beckons, death resents, meaning hopes. The closed room anticipates, clouds sweep like tall ships. The sky comforts and warns of vast emptiness. The universe treasures our islands. Animals look in the mirror, insects clatter like harmless fools. Power ripples over the waters. Competition is peripheral vision of visible time. Mountains touch the sky like children are impressed. Dazzled by our sophistication, threat is hidden. Look away only to see. Cars move along to point at oddity. As gas escapes like an embarrassing exhaust, existential dilemmas become poetry. The depth of vision is a forest. Absence is an empty field, where pages of a comic book are on your fingertips. The increment of awareness, the difference of silence. Aware we kill for food, a crazy elaboration. We talk because of primal yet sophisticated minds. Watch us socialize. Insults turn into jokes. They trip us. How do the physics of the world keep in place? The night sky screams with irony. I never thought of anything, except time moves like the highway, just beyond my awareness. I can point, I can laugh, yet something bridges over the horizon. some significant contrast. Look closely, think, try to say something, or find out you can't, or maybe you never will. Silence is the greatest sound. It must be breached. It has many levels. Even the noisiest world can be silent. Communicate like an archer, arrows piercing our world. To describe things to say where the target isn't. The air forgets, the world is oblivious. All is taken for granted until a shout, until a jackhammer, a dead tree. Can you see all the things that talk? All the mirrors and cell phones, the vast fields of gray, the season drowning out color, like rain turns everything into various moments. Listen carefully, you can hear as it duplicates the sound of fire, running around the museum to see what learning is, to turn the random into music as it blows over the world, and we hope we're not punished or finished. Law has a hold on our idea property rights. Shut up and listen. We need to worry about the end of the world as religion catches up first. Lost in their salvation of blonde-haired and blue-eyed geniuses. We walk on sidewalks loving everyone, then someone tells us we don't. The foundation for reality is the Spirit of God over the deep. Before light, can you hear what's really there? How the sound can almost be heard, like the sky or meaning are fools. How it is only specifics that hold it together, and no one will ever see what you mean. What am I describing except the grating sound of fingertips rubbing together, of something I hold true, and that's part of me, that I hold dear, setting you free to see that there is an overall picture that has specific features, the fine balance of one of the senses that even the deaf need. The one thing that holds it all together is what's coming next, so we can talk with greater precision, greater unity in personal characteristics, greater mystery of poetry, because after we dance, no one is going to ask the meaning of it, like it's the same as a book. And this one's called Moose. The embodiment of endurance, like an old man smoking a cigar, puffing it through his lips to get the greatest effect. It runs like a halfback and a cavalier at the same time, lifting his ankles that joint halfway up his hind legs, with a dainty yet powerful stroke, basking in water so that it's submerged when it feeds on the plants, passing the days of summer away like a vacation. Once the summer is all that matters, losing a sense of time like lounging in a hot tub. Beautiful females on the mind as the male grows a rack of antlers 2 meters across every year. The opposition is no object. The chance, no matter how small, is all that matters, raining prostate all over her. The fight for her was honorable, so she deems. The snow falls and the shape of its limbs become evident, easily lifting his hooves straight up over the snow. They seem thoughtful, yet as if there's somewhere they have to be, swimming next to a windsurfer, a purpose and a direction. A classroom surrounds them like as they nibble the underbrush. This is why this and that is why that. Children seem encouraging at times and inspire grunts at others. Turn away and then back again. A moose on the loose is the one that walks through town, casual yet purposeful, never seeming to carry a weight yet drawing attention, seeing all yet barely turning its head, caught in a grudge match with a grizzly. Both are too old for us to see what's actually going on. They seem suspended the way a woman does. There is a cause that escapes a gender identity, the way horses are female and buffaloes are male. They are physically and worldly powerful, yet so ungainly to look at. Beauty almost is described by them instead of the other way around. It isolates them, yet there seems a whole world or other civilization where they dwell. The paradox is to reconcile contradiction, but it takes another look. Their shoulders make them a hunchback, yet their heads are held in a playful way. If you tried to ride them, you'd have to be the size of a baby. and then tears of joy would stream down your face. Such innocence and such power to rid itself of you only to look and see if you're still there. It lifts its head above the water to make sure it's still summer. With a memory as adequate as possible, it stares around aimlessly. Turtles seem to be thieves of summer sun. Birds are more captured than any animal. Yet it must dive its head down again just to lose track a little of all the glory of the world, or else it would be a liar. So it sees all it can and bakes its mind just enough. It almost laughs at the fight or the spectacle, such a balance of paradise, watching those late-born calves sure to die, seeing hope in all the days of the same. If you see a woman waiting for the bus, looking for a change, with no antlers, and all the males looking at her, then you have lost sight of the moose as the day goes on. Thanks.
Thank you, James. Those were 3 wonderful poems. A lot of words there, mouthful of words. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Rob, thank you. Cassandra, Henry, James, thank you so much for coming out to the Poetry Slam this month for November. Tune in next month for the first week of December. Same bad time, same bad channel.